There's a quiet truth that every soul learns sooner or later. Love never really dies. It simply changes form. Tonight, as I speak to you, imagine something gentle, a whisper that doesn't come from this world, but from heaven itself. There are moments when the heart aches so deeply that words lose meaning. When you've lost someone, a mother, a father, a spouse, there's a silence that moves in. But that silence isn't empty. It's sacred. Because within that silence, something divine begins to speak. Archangel Michael once said that heaven is never far away. It's just a shift in perception. I've spent decades studying scripture, listening to those who've felt heaven brush against their lives, in a dream, a scent, a ray of light. Heaven often speaks quietly, through a butterfly landing on your window, through a song that plays right when you think of your mother. You can't explain it. Science can't measure it. But your soul recognizes it instantly. A man once told me he dreamed of his mother the night he was about to give up. She said, "Son, I'm not gone. I'm with the Lord, and He's still with you." He didn't wake up rich or healed, but he woke up at peace. That's how God works, not always with thunder or lightning, but in whispers, in the quiet strength that helps you breathe again when you thought you couldn't. Your mother's love didn't end when she left this earth. It was transformed. Romans 8:38 says, "Neither death nor life can separate us from the love of God." That same eternal love flows through those who loved us in Him. Even in heaven, she's part of that divine current, praying for you, interceding for your peace. Heaven doesn't forget. It multiplies love. Some ask me, is it biblical to believe our loved ones still reach us? I smile and say, perhaps not as we imagine, but Hebrews 12:1 reminds us, we are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. Those witnesses are not strangers. They are the ones who loved you, prayed for you, and now cheer for you from beyond. They rejoice when you walk closer to the light. Heaven isn't far above the stars. It's all around us, just a different frequency of love. I've met people who felt it in a hospital room, in a dream, or during a quiet prayer. One woman told me that when she prayed in gratitude, she felt a warm hand on her shoulder, and peace flooded the room. That's grace. That's heaven's way of saying, you are not alone. Life has a way of breaking us down just enough for grace to find a way in. The moments that hurt the most often reveal God's quietest miracles. I remember an old veteran, 70 years old, who lost his wife after 53 years. He said, "I prayed for her healing every night, and she still died." What kind of miracle is that? I told him gently, maybe the miracle isn't what we receive, but what remains. The miracle of still being able to love through loss. Because sometimes, survival itself is the miracle God gives. When Jesus calmed the storm, He didn't stop it from forming. He waited until His disciples had reached their breaking point before He said, "Peace, be still." Faith was never meant to erase the storm. It was meant to steady the heart inside it. Many people I meet no longer pray for an easier life. They pray for a stronger heart. And that, my friend, is the kind of faith that carries you through the night when nothing else can. It's not blind hope. It's sacred endurance. Even science is beginning to catch up with Scripture. Neuroscientists say prayer changes the brain, slows the heartbeat, lowers anxiety, restores calm. When you pray, you're not just sending words into the void. You're aligning your soul with the divine frequency that holds you when the world falls apart. So, when you close your eyes and breathe through pain, you are doing something holy, healing not just your spirit, but your very body. I once met a mother in Georgia who prayed for her son every night. He struggled with addiction, and she begged God to change him. Years passed, and nothing happened. Until one night she changed her prayer. She said, "God, change me instead. Teach me to love him even when he's
Our
lost."
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be
And
thy
that's
name.
when everything
Thy
began
kingdom
to shift.
come, thy will be done.
Her son didn't change overnight, but her peace did. And through her peace, her son found his way home. That is divine timing. God doesn't always give us what we want when we ask for it. He gives it when our hearts are ready to receive it. Sometimes the blessings are waiting. It's us who must grow strong enough to hold them. Faith isn't about control. It's about surrender. Lord, I don't know where this road leads, but I'll walk it with you anyway. That simple trust transforms everything. If your heart feels weary tonight, if your prayers feel unanswered,
Hear me,
remember this.
O Ancient One.
The same God who painted the galaxies has not forgotten your name. Every storm you've survived was never meant to destroy you, but to reveal the strength he placed in you. Listen closely. Between your heartbeats, and you might hear a whisper from heaven. You've been stronger than you know, braver than you believe, and more loved than you could ever imagine.
Faith reborn.
There's something sacred
Heaven still
about
watches.
reaching the other side of pain. Not because it vanishes,
God, let this
but because you
suffering
begin
end.
to see why it had to happen. Maybe that's where you are now. Not broken, not defeated, but quietly being remade. The world says aging means losing youth, losing people, losing strength. But Scripture tells another truth. Though outwardly we are wasting away, inwardly we are being renewed day by day. Every wrinkle, every scar, is proof that grace has done its work. I've sat beside hospital beds where faith burned brighter than medicine could heal. I've held trembling hands that still reached out to comfort others, whispering, "God's not done with you yet." Heaven isn't some far-off reward. It begins here, in the way we love, forgive, and hope through the darkness. When you forgive yourself, when you lay down guilt and regret, heaven breathes through you. God doesn't wait for perfection. He meets you in your brokenness and says, "You are still mine." There's peace in letting go. Peace in surrendering the past to the one who writes your future. Your mother and those you've loved haven't disappeared. They've only stepped into another room of God's great house. They still see you, still pray for you, still rejoice every time you choose kindness over bitterness. Because love doesn't die. It expands.
I'm sorry.
Each act of compassion here echoes in eternity. I once visited a little church in Maine. In the corner there was a plaque that read, "Those who have gone before us have simply stepped into the next room." That line stayed with me for years, because death isn't a wall, it's a doorway. On the other side there's light, laughter, and home. So when you miss someone tonight, let the ache turn into gratitude. Be thankful you had someone so beautiful that missing them still hurts. That's how love sanctifies loss, by turning pain into remembrance, and remembrance into hope. Take a deep breath and picture it. A golden garden in eternal morning light. Your mother stands there, smiling, her soul whole, her heart at peace. She's not far. She's praying for you. Heaven wants you to keep walking, keep believing, keep living. Every sunrise you see, every tear you wipe, every kindness you give, those are the ways heaven touches earth.
Thank you.
You carry a spark of that light now. And one day, when your name is called, you'll step through that same doorway, into the arms of the one who has loved you all along. Until then, keep walking with grace, keep forgiving, keep trusting. Your story isn't over. It's being written in light, not ink.
Never dies.
And when the final page turns,
Heaven
you'll see
speaks.
that every sorrow, every delay, every unanswered prayer was part of the masterpiece God was painting with your life. So breathe, lift your eyes. Heaven is closer than you think. And your mother, she's smiling now, whispering through the silence. You made it through the storm, my child. And I'm so proud of who you've become.